What up, guys? Shout out MJ Lenderman. Man, that album is so good. MJ Lenderman, guys. All right, welcome back. Yeah, Eddie says hello. He just got over his sneezes. Eddie says fuck ice as well. He told me to tell you guys that specifically. He wanted to make sure that you guys know he thinks we should abolish ICE. And that ICE is a disgrace, he told me. And that everyone that works for ICE and Geo Group should quit their jobs in shame, he said. Because it's such an embarrassment what they're doing to this fucking country. And the fact that they, not only just kidnap people, he said, but the fact that they are now impregnating the people they've captured, right? So think about that. They are now impregnating. I mean, not now because they've been doing it, but I think it's happening more from what I understand, if I'm not mistaken. And so he was just telling me all that right now. It was crazy. He was spitting some facts. I was like, you're right, bro. He's like, I know. He's like, he's like, I knew that when I was on the streets of Shanghai running wild. I knew that, he said, which was 7 years ago. So he's on it. All right, guys, getting set up here. It's been a little while. Thank you all for coming. Had my folks visiting, so shit was crazy for a while. And then they left this morning. So, yeah. But let's kick it off with this right here. I mean, the Mitch McConnell memes have just been out of control. People making these fake Mitch McConnell pictures. How you doing? Welcome, guys. Oh my god. And then this one here also as well. Wow. People are just going crazy with these things, you know? It is a cover-up. I mean, when are they going to announce it, guys? I thought it was going to be today. I thought that today was going to be the day. And did you guys see the staff member that they tracked down in the hallway? And she was like looking so smug. And she was just like, they were trying to ask her questions about it. And she's just like kind of smiling, but not answering. It's just like, dude, she's making 200 grand plus a year. Like 250K. Like, she has a vested interest in pretending that that man's alive, right? So she'll make more money. Because if she, if he's not alive, then she's out of a job, So crazy. And then there was a person who worked in the hospital, I heard, who went to like all the floors and everything and like looked around, and they were like, Mitch McConnell is not at this hospital that they said that he's at, Yeah, it's one of his main staffers is getting like 250K a year, I heard, from what I remember. It's like 240 something. I mean, god damn. And then this one is pretty incredible as well. People are too funny. I mean, and now people are like AIing everything like this. It's crazy. Yeah, and in case anyone hasn't seen the video I put up yet a minute ago, public service announcement. Do not look into the Perez Hilton situation if you don't want, like, just don't, basically, I would say, you know? I mean, unless you're, like, into morbid, grotesque things that you can't unsee, because I was scrolling through here and saw a still from it tonight. No shout out to the guy who posted it. Negative shout out to you, my friend that I follow on here, who did that to me. God damn, I was just like scrolling through and I'm just like, whoa, didn't need to see that. That's burned into my brain now. Shit. It's pretty dark, guys. It's pretty freaking dark. And I am no fan of that guy, Perez, but, you know, it's an unfortunate situation as well. But anyway, on to other things. The Caitlyn, I mean, the, what's her name? Sophie Cunningham situation. This person's sign. I didn't think I could dislike anyone more than Clark. Congrats, Cunningham. He had a mental health episode on live, and it got crazy to the point that I don't want to go into detail at all, you know? He was getting antsy. So I don't want to. Yeah, huge trigger warning if anyone checks it out. You know, huge. It's bad. And I wish I didn't see it. And, you know, I scrolled. I don't like gross stuff. I get kind of, you know, I don't like blood and gore at all. It's just like, ugh. Some people, they do, you know. All right. But what did I do? We're only 10 minutes in. So just wanted to mention this about Sophie right here. She played on the boys' football team. Can you believe that?
Basically, it's the denuclearization.
Oops, hang on. You gotta turn something off. Too many. What's going on?
Yeah, please, in the back.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said that if Democrats get back into power,
Right, guys.
what is happening in Spain?
There we go. Okay. Yeah, so she freaking played on the boys' football team. All this crying you're doing, and you did this?
Son of Brian and Kim England. Please give the entire court a big show of appreciation for the service and dedication to Rockridge.
This is classic. What? Oh. So good. So good. That was a great.
And then this is hilarious too. So this person wrote, Sophie Cunningham today, 23 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 total shots, 1 foul. Complete Astor class. And they posted this photo of one of the other players is laughing at her and pointing at her. And so people have been going so crazy, so mad at this person for posting that. Just going crazy trying to defend her. She's in a professional sports league, the highest level attainable for women's sports, a level of excellence you'll never sniff. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. Can we get one of those washed NBA graphics for this? Oh my god. Apparently one of the best players in the league. Anyway, I just had to mention this. People are just going crazy. Shit, people being bad at their job makes me so happy, even better when she was getting booed all game. Yep. Anyway, all right, moving on from Sophie, I believe. Let's talk about how Donald Trump is going crazy on Miss Boxwine Piro. God, dude, I hate the fact that they do these interviews with a helicopter going for some reason every time. Like, they can't turn it off while they... I don't know, dude. It seriously is like they're trying to make it difficult to... Like, no one wants to listen to... I hate listening to that sound. You know what I mean? And so it's like you're creating this static interference with the audio on purpose, right? To, like, it makes it even more difficult, you know? You're making these people's job more difficult. It's annoying to listen to. It makes the audio sound bad when they replay it back, you know, if you say something stupid. I fucking hate that noise. It's so bad.
Well, I just think she was totally wrong. They did a beautiful job. There were a couple of little things, but that was not a big deal. And everybody saw the vandalism. All you have to do is look at the tape. If you look at the tape, plus we have a witness or two witnesses that saw the vandalism. So certainly when there was vandalism, it was actually, in my opinion, it was major vandalism. And I told her I was not happy.
Is she safe? Are you going to keep her in the position?
I haven't made a determination.
Or maybe it's the plane noise. So he hasn't made a determination. That means she is gone. She is donezo. All right. Next, let's check out this comparison here. Oh my god. That was almost a full minute. I know, right? I do remember that. Republican Center for Reproductive Rights are. Yeah, I remember that. I hope you're doing good. It's good to see you. He took the snaps and tied them together. I mean, he damn near choked the man. I mean, and this is just, oh, the fact that they didn't show the whole thing right here. Why'd they cut it off? Because that's the best part right here. When they're like smiling into each other's eyes. But that's a great comparison though. Joe Biden. 7 seconds, bro. 7 seconds. That's all it took. You thought he was senile? We'll show you senile. You're looking at him. You elected the most senile. All right. So I kind of want to check out this whole thing, but let's check out this one here.
The judge was extremely unfriendly to Janine, and frankly, I think she choked because the judge was really vicious. Instead of going after the
really vicious. Wow, did the judge say quiet piggy or something?
vicious. Instead of going after the people that did it, the judge went after her and went after her department. And I guess she choked. I don't know what the hell happened.
Are you reconsidering her role?
I don't
She choked like a dog.
know what. You're fake news. Don't ever talk again. You're fake news.
Don't ever talk again, he said. Wow, he has taken it up a notch. Don't ever talk again in your life. You can't talk to your wife. You can't talk to your kids. You can't talk to your family. You can't talk to your coworkers. No one. Ever.
One of the worst in the business. Fortunately, nobody watches you. But something happened.
You're the worst in the business, bro. Speaking of worst in the business, worst president in the business ever. Worst game show host ever, too. Your game show sucked. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck The Apprentice. Alright. Next up, RFK, guys. Check this out. I don't know if you saw this. Hopefully I can play this, no problem. CNN has uncovered audio of Brainworms McGee, aka I'm gonna take my grandchildren swimming in some raw sewage for fun, RFK Jr., praising a description of Trump and his supporters as belligerent idiotas, outright Yahtzees, cowards, and bootlickers, while also comparing Trump to Adolf. Once again, Donald Trump employed someone who compared him to Adolf because when he hears that, he takes it as a compliment.
You know, one of the things that you write so beautifully, and your stuff is so fun to read, but you write about Trump. Quote, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary function is to turn a blind eye to things. We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of cowards and bootlickers.
I don't know. Is this real? It kind of doesn't sound like him a little bit.
Once those fleshy dominoes start...
I don't want to be posting nonsense. It said CNN, so I took it seriously. It's not real? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really sound like him. Sorry, guys. The Intellectualists, what are you guys doing here? You're faking me out. What are you doing, bro? God, that's so annoying. Why do people post stuff if it's not? Alright, well, you win some and you lose some. here. One moment, guys. Okay.
Let's listen.
I want to talk about the denuclearization of Iran, because it's what it's all about. This is why I'm doing this. And it should have been done. It's now 50 years.
This is not the whole thing. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second here.
Presidential Military Spouse Commission. It'll be chaired by Jennifer Hegseth, the wife of, and highly respected wife, I may add, of Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, both here. I also want to congratulate the new executive director of the commission, Desiree. So where's Desiree? Where are you? Desiree, you do such a good job. Desiree Thompson-Sale, along with new commission member Christy Mullen, wife of Secretary of Homeland Security, Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen. These are outstanding people, everyone, male and female, outstanding. The commission will also include the spouses of our wonderful service secretaries, the spouses of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the spouses of the spouses of their senior enlisted leaders. And we have some incredible talent. And I will tell you, these spouses, I've looked at educationally and every other way, they're amazing. We're also pleased to be joined by Secretary Hegseth and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane. Thank you very much, Dan. America cannot have the strongest military in the world without the love and devotion of our remarkable military spouses who make the extraordinary.
Why don't they call him the Secretary of War? Secretary of War Crimes. You know, that's what they should call him.
Sacrifices for our country. They really are extraordinary. Many military spouses spend months separated from their loved ones while our heroes are deployed overseas. Military families also endure frequent moves and other unique challenges, and the challenges are legendary. They write books about them. This commission will provide recommendations for improving the quality of life for military spouses so that we can better support both our military families and the entire United States Armed Forces. The commission will develop suggestions to address particular challenges in housing, employment, healthcare, education, childcare, and just about everything else you can think of. We've never had this opportunity. We're doing it now because we've done a lot for our military. We love our military. Every day our administration is fighting to give our military families the support they dearly need and they deserve. As part of the great, big, beautiful bill, we provided hundreds of millions of dollars for military child care and improved housing on military bases. It's being built. Much of it's being built right now. Last Christmas, every service member received a warrior dividend of $1,776. Think of that. I wonder where we got that number. It's actually $1,775. The number worked out to be 17. I said, if you add $1, we have 17. That was one of my genius ideas.
My God, Gulf of America. I mean, think about that too. He is such a freaking huckster, you know, and like it was another money-making opportunity. They just made a bunch of shirts and bullshit that you saw or whatever, you know, that somebody made a bunch of money off of or is making money off of, selling it to these freaking losers who think that's funny, you know, same people who buy alligator Alcatraz shirts and they think that that's hilarious. They think it's so funny and they're so edgy and they're gonna trigger the libs with their cool alligator Alcatraz shirt they got off Amazon. Same kind of people.
1776, but that was a great thing, and we've given it every member of our military hard-earned pay raise. We've also given the pay raise.
They got it on the TikTok shop, I should say.
The commission will help ensure we continue to give military spouses our very best, so our military can continue to be the strongest military anywhere in the world, and we're proving that. As you know, we had a conflict with Venezuela, worked out very well, and we have a conflict with Iran, and that's working out very well.
You stumbled on conflict, guys. He stumbled on conflict. That's a tough one. That is a tough word, conflict. That is hard.
But that was a great thing, and we've given it every member of our military hard-earned pay raise. We've also given the pay raise. The commission will help ensure we continue to give military spouses our very best, so our military can continue to be the strongest military anywhere in the world, and we're proving that. As you know, we had a conflict with Venezuela, worked out very well, and we have a conflict with Iran, and that's working out very well, very, very well. So now
you said it like it was 2 words almost.
I'd like to ask Jennifer Hegseth to say a few words, followed by Pete, General Kane, and then I will sign the executive order putting this into play. And it's an order that's long overdue, as far as I'm concerned, like by decades. and we're going to do a real job with it. And Jennifer, if you will, please.
Well, Mr. President, you have been a champion for the military, and we are so grateful for that, and that continues today. And like you said, these are generations.
Oh my God, you married Pete Hegseth? What is wrong with you? We all know his history with women. His own mom wrote a thing about how horrible he is and wished he would clean up his act and stop philandering, she said. Literally. His own mom.
Issues that are long overdue to address. And we have the most amazing women here who have decades of experience as military spouses themselves to take a look at it. There's really nothing we're going to find that they haven't experienced.
Doesn't he just look like a creepy, like Batman villain type character, or one of those, you know, Marvel movie characters, or, you know, he just looks like, or like, you know, some made for TV movie. He wouldn't even be in like Hollywood. He'd be in like a made for TV, like playing some creep, you know, some weirdo, some stalker type person, some villain in the movie, you know.
And so between what they've experienced and what they know, we're going to really tackle these things. And I've spent the last year traveling around meeting with military spouses.
It is that huge brow, and the way he's got it all quivered up like that all the time. One normal, one up, like inquisitive. It's so weird. And then the slicked hair and just the douchebag energy, you know. I mean, this dude was a freaking D-bag on Fox News, or I mean Fox Entertainment, for a long freaking time, you know. And he literally, I mean, what I always remember from him, the main thing was when he said he never washes his hands because he doesn't believe in germs. And he said, no, I haven't washed my hands for like 20 years or something crazy, you know? He's like, you can't see germs, so I just don't even wash them, you know? I'm just like, what? Yeah, dude. Yeah, you guys ever seen that one? Let's check that one real fast. I mean, he was horrible on Fox News. He was a freaking laughingstock joke.
When your home feels clean and happy,
The people
And, you know, Trump would watch his performance and be like, oh, hell yeah, that guy.
As I told you, my 2019 resolution is to say things on air that I say off air. I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years. Really, I don't really wash my hands ever.
help me.
No, I inoculate myself. It's just not, germs are not a real thing. I can't see them, therefore they're not real.
So you're becoming immune?
Bro, that's one of the most disgusting things I have ever heard. You're gross.
Virus. The number one thing that people can do to slow down the spread of a virus, go wash your hands. Go wash your hands. I'm shocked by the amount of times that I have to go remind people of that. And if you're sick, stay home. And if you're scared, stay home. But let the people that need to go out and make a living and get their kids educated, let them go do that. Because that's really what needs to happen in this country, is that we still need to continue to live.
It's true. Washing your hands. That's a very good and important reminder for me, something I will take note of in 2022. But you're right. It's simple stuff.
Oh my God. I don't remember that one. Now in 2022, now that I've lived this life for over 40 years, now maybe I will start to do what you just said, Kristi Noem. Yeah, that's a great reminder from you, Kristi Noem.
It hasn't actually changed.
Oh my God, he is so disgusting, you guys. I mean, just think about that. He admitted he does not wash his hands for 10 years. I mean, bro, how are you still breathing? That's crazy. Anyway, sorry for that little side rant there, but man, that was my main memory of him. You know, the main thing that stood out to me from him being on Fox News, you know, was him saying that. I was always like, that dude's crazy. What are you talking about?
and families around the world and around the country, and it's the same from Kentucky to Singapore. It's housing, it's healthcare, it's employment, it's childcare, it's education, and so we're going to take a look at all of those things. Even one of the women up here, I won't say who, but was a paramedic, and as they moved from state to state, she could not get the license. Switch to that state in time before you move again, before you PCS, and it makes it really difficult for these families to survive, let alone all the other sacrifices we're asking for them. So this is a big deal today. We're super grateful. Every time Pete travels around, Secretary Higgs travels around to the troops, he tells them the president has your back, and now the families know that you have their back too, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Great job. Thank you.
Why don't they call him Warfighter, Hegseth? Shouldn't they call him Warfighter? Our warfighters. AKA, we want them to be violent sociopaths.
How about you say something first?
I can't
then we'll go
top
back
that.
into the general. You're not going to
I can't top that, Mr. President.
Give it a shot. You're not going to.
You know, it's good job. It's true.
Oh my god, awkward. That was funny.
Today, we're super grateful. Every time Pete travels around, Secretary Higgs travels around to the troops, he tells them the president has your back, and now the families know that you have their back too, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Great job. Thank you. How about you say something first?
I can't
then we'll go
top
back
that.
into the general. You're not going to.
I can't top that, Mr. President.
Give it a shot. You're not going to.
You know, it's good job. It's true. Strong family.
I live for those awkward moments like that, you know. Oh, look at he's doing the jaw thing again too. He's got the slanted jaw going again.
Equal strong formations.
Look at that.
I mean, when you look at it from a military perspective as a secretary, our job is to make sure our troops are prepared and ready on behalf of the nation. And if your family's not taken care of, then it causes hesitations and complications for the warfighters up front. And so,
didn't you cheat on your wife?
we say often and we mean it, no soldier, no Marine, no member of the Joint Force serves alone. And so if we can address the issues of housing and make sure it's quality housing, make sure employment opportunities are maxed out, make sure child care is taken care of, make sure DODIA or DOEA schools are the best in the world so that our military kids are being educated, the trade skills they might want to take the next chapter in life, if that warfighter knows that their family is good to go, they will go the extra
Hey, he said warfighter.
mile, which is what our nation asks. So we're in for this. Is not one of those window dressing efforts. Jen's right. This entire group has mountains of experience, and they're raring to go to put it to use on behalf of the great Americans who serve our nation. And this is going to be full speed ahead to address every quality of life issue we can. Which, Mr. President, you invested in the one big beautiful bill. People don't know how much went into housing and into barracks and into pay. That's a down payment. And now with the 1.5 trillion, which we're working to get every dollar of, it's going to be a generational investment in barracks, in housing, in healthcare, in pay, in ways no commander in chief has ever done before. So, Mr. President, thank you for leading on this, and this commission's ready to go.
And also, thank you for doing that crypto fraud where you enriched your whole family and you lined your own pockets, and you know, even your wife and even your son got in on the act, and he made like $90 million. And thank you so much for getting away with that whole scheme and having no issue with doing that while you're president of the United States, and that should be illegal and not something you're able to do.
Thank you very much. You're doing a fantastic job. General, please.
Mr. President, Mrs. Hegseth, Secretary Hegseth, it's an honor for me to be here today at the launch of this commission.
How many has he made since he's in office? Like a few billion or something?
As we stand here now around the world, military service members are out doing our nation's business and ready to do what is asked of them. The foundation of American military readiness is the families, and the backstopping of all of that is the military spouses that serve behind them. Inevitably, every time somebody deploys, that refrigerator will break down.
2.3 billion, bro. Why don't you take some of that money and put that into the barracks and the whatever list you rattled off there, Keg's breath? We're paying for all this shit, right? You know, they're gonna bill us for this, whatever he said, however amount. I mean, and don't get me wrong, these people deserve, they're in the military, you know, yeah, I get that. But it's just like, god damn, all the refurbishment type shit that they're doing, like spending $5 million to make statues into gold, you know, it's just like, come on, dude. At what point do they realize that he's doing all these renovation projects and doesn't really, you know, give a fuck about the people who voted for him?
The car will break down. You think we're strong. American military spouses are 10 times stronger, and the lift that they carry is significant every single day. I want to thank this commission for the work that they're going to do to help improve military families' lives and military spouses' lives. It is a critical enabler for American warfighting capability. So to all of you here and all the work that went into putting this commission together, thank you, and Mr. President, we're honored to be here today.
Where will they be meeting when you have meetings? Because you're going to be having a lot of meetings. Do you know where you're going to be meeting?
Every month here at the White House.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
We can't do better than that.
Can't do better than that.
Use the Oval Office.
He doesn't know. He's the president. Wouldn't you already know that? You're the president, dude. The fuck? I mean, that's another tell right there. He's completely clueless. And look at Keg's breath, bro. Oh my god. That is such an unnatural laugh. Why is that so funny? Why is everyone... They're doing this courtesy laugh for the king, you know? It's like, ha ha ha, you're so funny, sir. Good one, sir. Tell another one.
Use the Oval Office.
You want to use the Oval Office? Get it? Isn't that funny? 'Cause my presidency is a joke?
Would anybody like to say anything? Maybe Desiree, you could start, and then if you want to say anything, great time to say it. Please,
Absolutely.
Desiree,
Well, I'll just be really short. It's a pleasure for me to serve as the executive director of this commission. I think it's a long time coming. It's a little bit of a pet project out of my office, simply because we have the Chief of Staff of the Air Force's wife that has been inspirational for this. She's 41-year spouse. But collectively, this group has over 400 years of experience as an active duty military spouse. 400. And they've probably moved about 300 times. So if you can imagine that level of experience coming to this commission and solving real problems for the future of our military spouses and families, it's just an incredible thing that you're doing, President Trump, actually asking them to solve these problems and give you good recommendations, and we're happy to help them do that.
So, you know, we have Desiree's been with us for a long time, and she's directly in...
Ass kissing, I can't take it, you know? Oh, thank you so much, sir, for your leadership, sir. You're so incredible, our glorious King Trump.
Directly done what she's doing for a long, long time, covered numerous...
We can smell your diapers from here, and they smell great, sir. We love the stench of your diapers right next to us, wafting into our faces like that. It's awesome, sir.
Presidents, and she basically responds to the public when the public, they send things. Sometimes they send gifts. Actually, it amounts to millions of dollars in small money. And I said, well, what happens to that money? They send it back, or they do charitable work, but it's literally millions. They send it to me. I should be able to get it. She won't give it to me. I should be entitled to it. No, but they send it to me.
Oh my god, dude, I heard he said that, but it's even crazier when you hear it. That's why I want to watch these things. He just said they should give it to me. What did you say, Jen? He's already made $2.3 billion, and he's still out here like, I need more money. Why? You're 80 years old. What the fuck are you going to do with another, you know... You're not going to spend $2 billion, bro.
Send things. Sometimes they send gifts. Actually, it amounts to millions of dollars in small money. And I said, well, what happens to that money? They send it back, or they do charitable work, but it's literally millions. They send it to me. I should be able to get it. She won't give it to me. I should be entitled to it. No, but they send it to me as just a gesture. But they write thousands and hundreds of thousands of letters.
Oh, I was just joking. I was just being sarcastic. Why can't you guys take a joke? Oh, I don't really need it. I don't want it.
She's got a staff that's all volunteer. And I have one question. How do I compare in terms of response with other presidents of the past?
No comparison, sir. No.
Is it good or bad?
No, it's good. Actually, it's very good.
Ah, dude, the ass kissing. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
We do okay.
You do great.
He is begging for compliments right there. He's like, hey, so, you know, tell me, how do I do compared to Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Biden?
A little more than Sleepy Joe?
Yes.
Oh my god, I was just kidding, and then he did it. He is getting so predictable, you guys. I can't believe he did it.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody have anything to say, or a question, or statement?
Better than Sleepy Joe, right? You know, unlike me, I never fall asleep. I'm always awake. You never see me falling asleep at meetings, right, guys?
Would you like to make a statement? Yes,
Can I
please.
just say, I'm so excited. We've served with the Wills-Box now for a number of years, and I've seen them champion the enlisted corps. As the spouse of a senior enlisted leader, it's pretty easy for something amazing like this to happen and not include the enlisted corps, the senior enlisted leaders from the enlisted corps. It means the world to me that this started with them in mind. And I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, my husband was serving in Alaska, and before you got on the plane, he asked your detail if he could ask you a question, and he asked if you would FaceTime me, and you did. It meant the
people
world.
I respect, I do that.
You're getting ready to get on the plane, and this E9, this enlisted command chief, asked you to FaceTime me, and you put your arm around him, and you said, he's doing a good job, take good care of him. And that picture has hung in his office since, and it just means the world.
The ass kissing, bro. Get your freaking mouth off of his ass cheeks immediately. It's disgusting.
Me that you highlight the enlisted corps every chance you get, and I love to tell people that story that you took the time.
That's very nice. Thank you very much. Say hello, okay? I remember. Please, anybody else?
What about me versus the other presidents? Better, right? Don't you think I'm better?
Cindy Wilsbach, who's humble to
That's
her
right.
core and has had a significant role in putting this commission together. So I just want to highlight Cindy's work.
I would just like to say this is a red letter day for me. Just the honor that I feel to be surrounded by these spouses who, what I like to say is we serve by oath or by vow. We didn't all raise our right hand to take an oath, but we began serving this great nation when we extended our left hand and said a vow to the person that we love that serves this country. And we represent people that are at the end of their careers. We have served decades, 20, 30, 40 years of service. This is about the legacy that we leave for the people that come after us, for these people who have children who are serving now, or for families that we say, we love you, we care about you, and we are the greatest military in the world. And part of that is taking care of our families, and that's what this commission will
And
do.
your husband is highly respected, I have to tell you that, by everybody.
Oh yeah. He definitely loves children. That's for sure.
Thank you, everybody. Anybody over here? Yes, please.
Mr. President, on behalf of the Coast Guard, we cannot thank you enough for the amount of money that you have put into our organization. We are beyond excited about the new potentials that we have. We could just feel it. The whole Coast Guard. Every time we go to visit our different units and our families, people are super excited.
11 Ice Cutters, right?
Absolutely. I'll be talking. Yes.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They had one. Russia has 48. They had one, and it was 50 years old. And you're going to soon be getting 11 brand new ones at the top of the line. So that's a big.
Well, our people are very thrilled and super excited and very thankful to you. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good. Anybody else like to say? Last chance. That's it. So I'm going to sign this, and it's a real honor. And then if you like, you could ask questions of the people, and or me if you want.
Yeah, they are really trying to get questions from all of these people, not the president. Or me if you want. Hey, look, it's just like the birthday card book.
Okay, that's a good one. So I wouldn't want a bad one on this stuff. Some are good. You know, we rate them from 6 to 10. 6 is usually when I'm standing up holding it. You can't do a very good one, but that's a 10. So you deserve a 10 too.
You see his mouth right there?
That's a 10. So you deserve a 10 too.
Oh, he moves it right in front, but he's like this. It's so weird. His mouth is like.
I think you should.
He is not doing well, guys. Man. So I thought that that epistemic guy, that always talks about him having dementia, I thought he followed me today, and I got all excited for a second. I was like, "What? No way!" Then I'm like looking at it. I'm like, "No, wait, this is just a person." Pretending to be him, reposting all his videos. God, that's so annoying how people do that.
On behalf of the press corps, I thank
Pin over to the chords.
We have many talks, and we'll say we have. And this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Up there at the top. Those things? Is that what you mean? Oops. These things here? They're like ribbons or something, maybe? Yeah, they're crazy, right? Huge eagles. Yeah, I don't know. This white and blue one is giving me a Yahtzee vibe. I don't know. They're very fascistic, I would say. Like everything he does.
And it's a real honor. And then if you like, you could ask questions of the people, and or me if you want. Okay, that's a good one. So I wouldn't want a bad one on this stuff. Some are good. You know, we rate them from 6 to 10.
Hey, you know what else you rated to 10, Donnie? Remember what else you were rating to 10? Human beings? Women? Probably children too, let's be honest.
This is usually when I'm standing up holding it. You can't do a very good one, but that's a 10. So you deserve a 10 too. I think you should know that. Okay. Questions, please? Please.
On behalf of the press corps, I thank you, ladies, for what you
Calendar Girl competition, measuring, rating their tightness. Fucking despicable and disgusting and horrific.
for our service members in this country. Right. Mr. President, are the talks with Iran now off and our airstrikes?
No, they're on. They're going on right now. It's an amazing thing. We have a little problem with Iran because we have many talks and we'll say we have or we don't have. You know, we're straight about it. But they deny, but they're not denying.
You have a little problem with Iran? Is that what it is now?
Now they just put out a statement, not denying it. But for some reason, they, when they're talking, they don't like saying that they're talking. So I say, we're in talks. Big deal. We're in talks. And they'll sometimes deny it, even though they spend hours and hours together talking. No, the talks are going along. We're going to hit them very hard yesterday. Very, very hard. Harder than any attack, I think I can say, General, from a point of knowledge.
So, thought there was a ceasefire, no?
Any attack since World War II. That's pretty big. And we were set to go. And they called. And in addition, Saudi Arabia called, and UAE called, Qatar called. I called some numerous people. I don't want to use the word begging.
Oh my God, dude. So because other countries told you not to bomb them, that's why you didn't bomb them. Great, great. So, you know, whatever all these other countries say, that's what you're going to do. Okay.
But somewhere, in particular, Iran did not want to be hit. And they said, we want to talk.
You think so? In particular, Iran did not want to be hit? You think? Good Lord, you guys. How is this man president? Can you imagine if Barack Obama said, you know, Iran didn't want to be hit, so... What the fuck, dude? You can't be serious.
We want to talk about the Strait, but more importantly, from my standpoint, we want to talk about the denuclearization of Iran. Because this is what it's all about. This is why I'm doing this. And it should have been done. It's now 50 years. We keep saying 47 years, but 3 years have gone by. But it's for 50 years that...
What? 3 years have gone by since you started it? Is that what he means? Bro, he is losing it, you guys. I mean, he lost it 10 years ago, but like, this is another level, bro. His marbles are not just lost, they're down the drain, flushed, gone.
Other presidents should have been doing or other countries. Didn't have to be us, but other countries. And nobody did it, and it was time, and we hit them hard with the B-2s more than a year ago now, and that knocked out their capability, their potential capability. And we've done a great job, but when we talk, we say we're talking. If we're not talking, when you ask me, no, we're not talking, I'll say it. But we are talking right now, we're talking, and we're talking at the request of Iran, backed by Saudi Arabia, backed by UAE, and backed by Qatar in particular, but others also. Many countries called, the leaders of many are friendly with a lot of them, almost all of them, one way or the other, and they all wanted to give this a last chance. This is a last chance. This is not something that...
And John Barron called, and David Dennison called, and I had a long conversation with both of them, and, you know, they're my close personal friends and my representatives and my confidants, you know.
If it doesn't happen, this is a last chance for them to sign a good document. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani is requiring an ID to access hidden...
Mitch called for 20 minutes. Mitch called. We had a seance and we spoke to Mitch, and you know, he's doing really great. He said it's a little hot, you know, and he's a little bit burnt up, but you know, he's doing all right. He's hanging in there and he's making friends, you know, and he's befriended a demon, so he's doing pretty good.
Government-run grocery stores. What then is your message to Democrats who do not want to pass the Save America Act and ensure, you know, ID and
when was this announced? This was just announced. Yeah. I heard about it. Yeah. Well, I wish they'd have an ID to access the voting booth. You know, they don't want to access.
Oh, Lady G called. And then I missed the call, and then we called back, and it was Lady G's escort answered the phone and said that he couldn't come to the phone, so he had to call me back.
The voting booth with any identification. We want voter ID, and we want proof of citizenship. Well, he also had a thing where you had to have 2 different IDs to shovel snow during the winter, right? So that's a very friendly question. I like her. Who are you with?
One American News, sir.
Very good. All right. Good question.
Oh, who are you with? OAN. Yeah. Of course you like her. Of course you like the one that looks kind of like your daughter. She looks kind of like Ivanka, so he loves her.
Very good.
There are almost 20 GOP senators who pledged
He's going to tell her at some point she looks like Ivanka. Watch.
to stay in D.C. to pass the Save America Act. So what's your message to the rest of the senators who are still on their summer recess?
I think there's nothing more important than the Save America Act. I think they should stay. They do what they want, but I think they should stay. I think it's so important to get it passed. Yeah.
Mr. President, where are the Iran talks, and what are your requirements?
We'll find out today or tomorrow. I mean, they're going to go quickly, one way or the other. It's not very complex. We're talking about the opening of the Strait.
Not very complex. It's not very complex, he said.
Having it open literally by tomorrow, completely open. And that's phase 1. And phase 2 is we'll talk about the nuclear capacity, the nuclear, as we've been mentioned. Basically, it's, I think, most
the nuclear, as we've been mentioning. What?
That's phase 1, and phase 2 is we'll talk about the nuclear capacity, the nuclear, as we've been mentioned. Basically, it's, I think, most
That's not a sentence, dude. You want to try that again? You want to try that a little more coherent, perhaps?
Nuclearization of Iran has to happen. Has to happen. And that'll be the second phase. But the first phase is the opening of the straits. The second phase will be the denuclearization, and that'll take a little while. But we're very strong on it. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and I've never changed in that. Yeah, please, in the back.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said that if Democrats get back into power, what is happening in Spain awaits America. What should voters in other countries with elections coming up soon take away from what's going on in
We have to be
Spain?
very careful with the whole socialist thing. I think in many cases it's much more than socialist. They skipped socialism. They went directly to communism. But when I saw what happened in Spain, I said, we had a version of that. You could say much worse. We allowed 25 million people under Joe Biden, the Democrats. We had
You mean Joe Biden?
Open borders, and countries all over the world, almost all of them, sent people that they don't want into our country. And we've gotten a lot of them out, and we're getting more, including murders. And I always say 11,888. That was the number of murders. Many of them committed more than one murder. And
Whoa.
Oh my God, you guys. We're getting them out. We're getting them out strongly. We're getting them out at a level likes of which this world has never seen before.
If you put these lunatics in that I see running for office, we had an open border a year and a half ago. We had the worst border in the
He deported 5 million people. All right? That doesn't sound open to me.
history of our country. Now we have the best border. We haven't had one person come in, and this is done by the Democrats, not by left-leaning people. They do charts. And they have, in 15 months, not one person has come in through our southern border illegally. Now, that's pretty amazing. I'd say maybe 10, maybe 15. They say none. And believe me, if they did, they'd love to report it. But you could go outside in those vast plazas where hundreds of thousands of people gathered when they stormed our country, just like they did, in my opinion, worse, just like they did to Spain. They stormed our country. And those borders are, those big plazas that were built, they put concrete down. And now you look at them, there's grass growing in the cracks. Nobody comes up because they know they're not going to get through. And if they do get through, they're going to be taken out, brought back to their country. So we've done a fantastic job. Somebody said you did it too fast. I did it in 30 days, my first 30 days. Biden couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done. He tried at the end. He tried to do something because it was so overwhelming. It was so bad politically. But we did it in 30 days. Somebody said you should have taken a year and a half or 2 years, completed, because everyone forgets. Even my speechwriters, they say, sir, nobody wants to hear about the border anymore. You've done it. It's an incredible job you've done, but nobody wants to hear about it. And I should.
It's like the bullshit is really flowing when the accordion really starts, picking up steam. He's really cranking that air accordion right now.
Taken a couple of years to do it because, and it actually, the public has about a 2-year, people do, they have a 2-year memory for certain things. They have a 2-week memory. I may have gotten elected. I certainly passed the border.
2-year memory, huh?
Because we did such a great job. It was a long time ago. I did it twice. I did it in 2016 when it was bad, but I did it this last time when it was really bad. It was, Steve, I would say many, many times worse than it was in 2016. 2016 was bad, but what we just had a year and a half ago, that was the worst border maybe in world history. There's not a third world country that would have allowed that to happen.
That doesn't even make sense. How so in 4 years, Joe Biden undid everything that you had done and made it that much worse? That doesn't even make sense, dude. I mean, I don't know, guys. The logic is just...
With people coming in from prisons and people coming in from mental institutions and people...
Insane asylums. I mean, seeking asylum. I don't know. It's the same thing.
Forced in by government, because these are the people that those governments, those countries, I know them all, they didn't want. And they walked into a country totally unvetted, totally unchecked. Not anymore. Nobody comes in. Except if they come in legally. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yesterday,
Who are you with, please?
I'm with Washington.
Except if they get an Einstein visa, then it's fine. Shout out to my wife.
Sir.
Good. They're doing good. They've been very nice to me.
You were asked yesterday whether Representative...
My God, dude. They've kissed my ass sufficiently. Good. All right, good.
Miller should resign from Congress over the allegations, and you said you'd have a look at it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? And also, do you...
Oh, it's a very sad thing. I know Max. He's a good person. I mean, I always thought he was a very good person. And I'm going to let the families figure that out. You know, those families, I know they're working on it. It's a very sad thing, especially when you know somebody so well, to be going through that. But it's accusations, and I'm going to let them figure that out. Yeah, please.
Did you sign?
That was about Paolo right there? I didn't hear the question very well. Let me go back.
Walked into a country totally unvetted, totally unchecked. Not anymore. Nobody comes in. Except if they come in legally. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yesterday,
Who are you with, please?
I'm with the Washington Examiner, sir.
Good.
Max Miller.
They're doing good. They've been very nice to me.
You were asked yesterday whether Representative Max Miller should resign from Congress over the allegations, and you said you'd have a look at it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? And also, do you...
Oh, it's a very sad thing. I know Max. He's a good person. I mean, I always thought he was a very good person. And I'm going to let the families figure that out. You know, those families, I know they're working on it. It's a very sad thing, especially when you know somebody so well, to be going through that. But it's accusations, and I'm going to let them figure that out. Yeah, please.
President, did you sign off on Todd Blanche rescinding the anti-weaponization fund? And also, there are Democrats right now who say there's essentially two tax codes. There's the Trump family tax code and the normal people tax code. Why do you think that your family deserves some level of special exemption when it comes to the auditing of taxes?
Well, I'll go into that. First of all, I had a 10-year case that was settled.
Yeah, and he, sent out photos of his own daughter, right? Max Miller? Something like that, I heard. I don't know too much about that situation, but...
Until I announced I was running for office. It was a settled deal like I've been doing all my life. I've been audited every year for my entire life, which I have a lot of wealthy friends who were never audited. To this day, they were never audited. I was audited. And my deal was settled. In writing, it was settled. Subject to final approval. Then I announced I was running for president. And all they did was haunt me with it. They ended the settlement. And they went after me illegally. And they did a lot of bad things to me like they did to other people.
How did they go after you illegally, dude? They convicted you 34 times in a court of law. And you were found liable in a court of law of SA in a dressing room. So, that right there were legal processes, right? That took place. What are you saying? Judges were presiding upon those cases, you know?
And I was treated very unfairly by the IRS. It was weaponized.
I was treated unfairly. That's the problem.
That's against me. Think of it. I had a case there's a 10-year-old case, and it was settled. It was done. The case was over. I announced I'm running for president, and they terminated the settlement in Washington, and they went after me. And what they did here was very, frankly, if you talk about reparations or if you talk about payment, what they did to me, I had a very good case against them. So this was a case that was settled, that when I decided to run for president,
right? I mean, he was doing all kinds of fraud, you know? And then the hush money payments, David Pecker, Weisselberg, the catch and kill, Michael Cohen covering up all the stories, using campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal and all these people.
Again, it's a long time. It's been going on for a long time. They terminated the settlement, which is something that never happened before. We have letters from the biggest law firms in Washington saying that this case is nonsense, just like the Russia was nonsense. They weaponized government. And so that's that.
No, it wasn't. Your campaign was sharing polling data with Russian oligarchs who had ties to Vladdy.
And most people understand that. On the fund, these were people that were treated unbelievable. 22 suicides, more than that, I think. Look at Ashley. Look at so many other things that happened. These people were treated horribly.
Ashley Batshit? Is that who he's talking about? Look at Ashley. Yeah, and didn't her family already get a bunch of money from you? So what are you talking about? That they need more money? You already paid them.
And this fund could have given them some solace, but it happens to be very popular among.
What do you mean? You already gave them money.
Many quarters, and I don't participate in that fund. I was certainly treated badly. I don't participate, but
I don't participate. I just skim off the top. Off the top.
Thought it would be very fair for people that spent years in prison, people that were treated so badly, for in many cases people that did absolutely nothing wrong. So I view that fund as a.
They were just beating up some cops, and they built a gallows, and, they were chanting that they wanted to hang my running mate, because in their minds, they thought that if they built this gallows and then they used it on the guy they voted for to be the vice president, that would help them win an election. I mean, so they're such victims, because they got suckered by some con men who filled their brains with a bunch of lies. He told them he was going to march down with them to the Capitol, and they believed that. I mean, they were so fucking stupid, so they need some money to make up for how stupid they are.
Positive, and a lot of Republicans do too. Not so many Democrats. And it's not only for that, it's for other things too. People that have been treated unfairly, that have been weaponized by a corrupt government that we had with Obama and that we had with Biden. You had a corrupt government with both of them.
Mr. President, did you sign off on Todd Blanche?
I didn't look at it. All I know is that Todd Blanche is great. He's going to do a great job. Everybody knows it. And I understand there's been a sign-off, but I don't know what they agreed. I think Todd Blanche agreed to reconfirm things that he's already said, and what he said was okay. Please go ahead.
Other avenues you have supporters get paid potentially if it's not the anti-weaponization funds or another.
Who are you with?
I'm with MS Now, sir.
You who?
MS Now.
MS Now? What a...
MS Now? More like MS No Way Jose.
Terrible show. They have the worst people on that show.
Other avenues you want to see people...
No.
Terrible show? He thinks MS Now is a show. Bro, watch that again. He said terrible show. MS Now.
Other avenues you have supporters get paid potentially if it's not the anti-weaponization funds or another.
Who are you with?
I'm with MS Now, sir.
You who?
MS Now.
MS Now? What a terrible show. They have the worst people on that show.
Other avenues you want...
What a terrible show that is. They have the worst people on that show. He repeated it. Bro, it's not a show. It's a network. You could say channel or network. You called it a show. Your brain is reaching for the word channel, and it went to show. That was the closest thing it could do.
No, there's no other avenues that I know about. Go ahead.
Mr. President, on the Iran talks.
MS Now. That's the failed MSDNC, right? The failed. They failed. They gave it a new name. You know why? Because nobody watched it. Go ahead. And fewer people are watching it now.
On the Iran talks.
And only thing that matters in this world is ratings. Let me tell you, because I was the star of The Apprentice. Ever remember that? I had my famous catchphrase, "You're fired." Ever remember that?
Is there discussions? Is Iran willing to return?
We had the best ratings. Oh my God.
To fully free navigation of the Strait? Is that on the table?
Say it again, differently.
Would Iran be willing to?
Say it again, differently.
Their name. You know why? Because nobody watched it. Go ahead. And fewer people are watching it now.
On the Iran talks, is there discussions? Is Iran willing to return to a fully free navigation of the Strait? Is that on the table?
Say it again, differently.
Would Iran be willing?
Oh my God, you guys. Imagine if Obama said, "Say it again, differently." That wouldn't even make sense coming from him.
To return to fully free navigation of...
It has to be. I'm not going to let him charge. If anybody's going to charge, we'll charge. We're the one that has total... We have total control. We have a thing called the blockade with his Navy. And that Navy is... they call it a wall of steel, the United States wall of steel. And no, there's not going to be charging. We're not talking about charging at all. There won't be charging. Yeah, please, in the back.
You said last week that legal immigration...
Who are you with?
GB News. You said that illegal immigration is killing the UK. Nigel Farage today has proposed the use of the Royal Navy to combat small boats crossing the Channel. Do you think that European nations, including the UK, should be using their militaries to stop illegal immigration?
Look, you have to stop.
Doesn't he just look so bad right here? Like his posture, He looks so old and decrepit and like feeble, crouched over like that, hunched. You know, his face is all puffy. His eyelids are swollen. He looks like shit, bro. He looks like grandpa you're going to visit in the nursing home and he's not doing well, you know?
Illegal immigration in Europe. I know Europe better than anybody, better than the people that run it, and have great relationships here. Two things are killing Europe. Number one is immigration. Number two is energy. Like the UK, when you look at the UK, they have one of the best energy fields in the world, North Sea oil. And I think your new prime minister is going to actually open up from what I hear. I spoke to him, and he sounded terrific on this subject.
So you want to stop immigration everywhere? All over the world? All countries need to stop immigration. Let's not actually address the problems that are causing immigration. Let's just stop it. That'll be a good idea.
But you open it up, you'll be a wealthy country. You keep it closed, you're going to be a bankrupt country, which is what you are now. Essentially, you're a bankrupt country. You have one of the greatest energy fields, the North Sea oil. One of the greatest fields in the world. You know, the UK buys its energy from Norway, who gets the energy from the North Sea, from not as vibrant a part of the North Sea oil was. You're sitting on top of gold, better than gold. And you don't do anything with it. It doesn't work. You don't allow the oil.
Better than gold. Gold statues that cost $5 million. Cha-ching, suckers.
Companies in, and it doesn't work. And I spoke with your new prime minister. I was very impressed, and he sort of indicated to me, I said, look, you can be a wealthy country or a bankrupt country. You have your choice. Not every country has that choice. Almost no country has that choice. But in the case of the UK, Scotland, I'm talking about Scotland, right off the shore, in Aberdeen, Scotland. Aberdeen was the oil capital of Europe for years. And then one day the Liberals got in and they closed it. And your energy rates have quadrupled. You have among the highest energy prices in the world. You could cut them in half. You could give away free energy if you'd open up the North Sea. And it's good for another 500 years, maybe more, probably 1,000 years.
Has our new Prime Minister restored your faith in the leadership of Britain? Or has our new Prime Minister restored your faith in the leadership of Britain, which you need to today?
Look, I think we're going to have a very good relationship. We'll see. I'm not going to tell him how to run his country. But I can tell you, immigration is an incredible problem for Europe.
You're not? You sure about that?
You're allowing people in that in many cases are not going to help you. I'm going to be nice. They're not going to help you. And the people that are there, people from your country, people from other countries that have been there.
It's like, at this point, mind your own business, dude. You want all these countries in Europe to stop immigration too? Like, what the fuck, dude?
For a long time and did a great job. Beautiful place. Look, I love it. You know, my parents both came from Europe indirectly. So a German, a Scot, and you know, it's like one of those things. It's very sad. When I see what's happening to Europe, it's very sad to me. But they have a problem with immigration. They have a problem with energy. You have windmills all over the place. Windmills, you lose your shirt. Any country with windmills is a loser, okay? You just have to look. If they have windmills...
I'm a loser, baby.
They're a loser. Because you lose money with windmills.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead, who are you with?
John Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right.
Original name.
What was your name before?
John Ferguson.
Go ahead, John.
Two domestic questions, sir. The first one is, Exxon and Chevron, Integrated Oil U.S., just announced record profits second year. Unbelievable. For Exxon, for instance, 14 million houses they've had in over a decade. For Chevron, for the quarter, highest in history.
By 12 times.
On the backs.
You saw that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. On the backs.
I don't like it.
Workers paying higher rates.
Yeah.
Is our...
They're making too much money, okay? Based on a shortage, they're making too much money. I don't like it. And I should be the last one to say, because I'm a big free enterprise guy. Nobody bigger. And, you know, you're going to see oil, when we're finished with Iran, you're going to see the prices drop through the floor. But they made too much money. Too much money. Chevron, too much money. ExxonMobil, too much money. When you look at one company where they made 12 times what they made the year before, they ought to give some of that back to the public. And they better cut the retail price, the consumer price. Too much money. You're surprised I'm saying it? I'll say it loud and clear. I'm not happy about it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You made $2.3 billion, bro. Why don't you give some of that back?
Just one. For those of us here that live in Washington, D.C., with our families, like I do, the renaissance of the city that you've been able to do in 18 months is incredible.
I hope you heard Did you hear that, everybody? The renaissance of Washington, D.C. in 15, 16 months is incredible, and it is. It's clean, it's safe, and you haven't seen anything yet. We're replacing all of the...
You didn't even let him finish the question. He's like, oh, it's a compliment? Hold up. We need to go go in on this compliment a little further here, I need to compliment myself.
Grass that hasn't been replaced in the fields, all the beautiful fields where the grass is. You know, grass is like humans. It has a life. This grass hasn't been changed in 100 years. We're doing all the fields. We're doing most of the graffiti is moved. But the most important thing is it's been beautified. We did 78 monuments and fountains and waterfalls, and they went from being horrible, mostly graffiti said, most of them for 25 years never worked. They haven't worked. And it's a renaissance, like you use the word renaissance, but it's a renaissance. But the biggest thing is we have very little crime now. This was the crime capital, frankly, of the world. It was the most unsafe capital of any country in the world. Now it's one of the safest, and it's one of the safest places in the United States. And people are coming down. You see it, the tourism in Washington, everyone's safe now. Nobody's getting mugged, shot. We used to lose 3 people a week. Death. That's the least, I mean, it's 3 people in terms of death. 150 people.
Bro, you didn't need to add death. We knew. 3 people a week. Death. In case you didn't know what I meant.
Military came in, the general, people that we know so well, general, right? They don't play games. And we got the gangs out. We removed almost 5,000 people who were career criminals, who came in with Biden with the open borders, a lot of them. And they're no longer here. We sent them back to their countries. You've got to say this. Have you ever seen such a transformation?
It's unbelievable if you live here. It's just, you don't want to go back.
And now you can walk to work. You can walk to the White House. The people in the White House, they tell me, sir, thank you. Oh, they're thanking me all the time. They used to have to take Uber. And the Uber would be robbed, okay? They weren't even said. They'd go to a restaurant, and they'd feel safe at a restaurant, and then the restaurant would be robbed. Do you know the restaurants were all closing? And now you can't, if you're a restaurateur, you can't get a restaurant.
And then the president was robbing people too. I mean, God, he was just robbing people blind. I mean, he had a crypto fraud scheme. I mean, he had a NFT fraud scheme going on. I mean, these bullshit trading cards of himself where he was made like a superhero and stuff. I mean, God damn, he was just robbing people left and right. And they let him be president even after he was robbing people. It was crazy.
A restaurant. You literally can't. The restaurants are booming. Crime is down 92%, maybe more. I want to get down 100%. You know, the greatest statistic, though, that you have is that 2% of the people create 91% of the crime. You could.
And the crime of the presidency is up 34 felonies. It's crazy.
Really handle that. And we moved almost 5,000 people out. They're criminals, career criminals. We moved them. In some cases, they're in jail. In some cases, they were so bad, they came in through Biden. They're so bad, we don't want to move them out. We want to put them in jails because we're afraid they're going to come back in somehow. So I appreciate you saying that.
Would you consider going to Congress if they come in and try to roll it back, the new Democratic mayor?
When you had a mayor who's, I guess she's a communist. I mean, she says she's a socialist, but I guess she's a communist, basically what she says. But I have not met her yet. I look forward to meeting her.
I look forward to meeting the commie.
Federalize, basically you're saying federalize DC. Yeah, well, I'm allowed to do that. Would I do it? If they want to, we took something that was in deep trouble. It was a graffiti.
Oh, you would federalize DC, huh? Commie? Sounds like communism.
Filled, crime-filled mess. We turned it into Shangri-La. We turned it into a great place. Look outside. Look what's happening. Look at the beautiful ballroom and military center. It's a military center, much more than, we have a drone port on top.
Look at the ballroom. You mean the pile of rubble? What ballroom?
Look at the grass in front of the White House being all replaced with the top stuff. The parks are all being replaced. It starts very soon, actually. We'll do one.
Grass that you destroyed that needed to be replaced because you destroyed it with your cage match where you rubbed the legs of muscular, sweaty men.
It's about 700 acres of parks. They're all going to have brand new, the best grass you can get. Scott's. You know Scott's? Scott's Miracle Grow. They're doing it. They do great grass. What can I tell you? I got to give them a plug because they did the White House for free. Sir, a friend of mine, a guy that he's terrific. We'd like to give you.
Oh, your friend got the contract again. You know, there's no quid pro quos going on. It's just a coincidence that all his friends are getting these contracts, you know, and it's not like they're all donors to his campaign and all that, you know. No. That's just a coincidence.
Grass at the White House. I said, I'll take it. How much? He said, free. I'll take it. One of those things. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, this is at least the 5th time you've turned off airstrikes against Iran since April to negotiate. What is your message to the American people who are wondering what has changed this time? Why should it be?
Well, you don't know. I don't know. I think we're going to maybe get something, but I want to give them every last chance before decapitation. Very tough to do what we have planned, still planned. We'll see what happens. But it's a very, very tough thing to do. I think I'm very proud of the fact that I'll give people a chance. This is a big move. To do an attack that big on a country, I'd rather not do it. Now, we've already, through lots of large attacks, but they were normal large. hopefully they'll come to their senses, because what happened, cannot have a nuclear weapon, but hopefully they'll come to their senses. So they called.
Said he's going to decapitate Iran.
And they said, please don't attack, we'll make a deal. That's the real truth. And
please don't attack us, sir.
Everyone knows it. And who wouldn't call? And they found out through leaks and sleazebags, a lot of sleazebags, leakers. Leakers should be put in jail. They should.
Leakers. I can't stand leakers. I mean, these Depends I'm wearing, they're leakers right now. They're leaking all over the place.
To strengthen up the laws for leakers. But in this case, leakers helped because they said the severity of the attack. And
the New York Times.
Good Lord, you guys. In this case, the leakers helped. Reverse Uno on the leakers.
They knew what was coming. It was going to come last night, and it would have gone on for a long time, and there'd be essentially very little left. There'd be nothing left. And if I'm given a chance to let a lot of people live, I want to give that chance. So I'm under no time constraint.
Oh, aside from the 168 schoolgirls, they had it coming.
You know, I don't happen to be running, but a lot of very good Republicans are running, and you have a sick ideology taking place right now.
Dude, he is so freaking such a whack job, you guys. I mean, the way that he is talking right now is insane. How is this real, dude?
You know, hopefully they'll be defeated because they'll destroy the country if they ever take over. But this desk is like a blocking desk. No matter who gets in. If it's bad, I block. And I'm good at blocking. If it's bad, if it's stupid things like the things they want to do, we want to get rid of the U.S. Senate. I don't like a lot of senators, to be honest with you. I don't want to get rid of the Senate. We want to get rid of the Supreme Court.
Get rid of the Senate and get rid of the Supreme Court? That was coming to your desk? In your mind? Guys. He thinks that there was things that came to his desk regarding getting rid of the Senate and getting rid of the Supreme Court. That's what he just said.
They want to put now 21 or 23 people, that's the real, on the Supreme Court, or get rid of it. They want to get rid of the presidency. They want to have an appointed executive running.
What are you talking about, dude? Bro, we want to get rid of this president. Yeah. Maybe you got that mixed up. It's a confabulation. We want to get rid of this president here. That's what you heard.
That's a communist thing, you know? That's a communist thing. These are sick people.
Joseph McCarthy, dude. And wasn't Roy Cohn super anti-communist too? And it's like he's turning into Roy Cohn, you know?
And you know, I said it the other day, and it maybe doesn't sound that important, but when a country goes bad, like look at the blue cities. What do they have in common, aside from massive crime? Much more crime. The Republicans have very little crime. But what do the blue cities have in mind? And also you can say this with nations when they go bad. The blue cities have something in common. Crime, high crime, vicious, violent crime. But what do they have in common? They're all dirty. They're filthy dirty. Their streets are dirty. Their streets smell. Their storefronts are broken. Their trees are all gross. Everything about the place is dirty. And I don't want to mention any specific city. It's really all of them. But you go into these cities that are blue, they're crime-ridden, and they're filthy dirty. They're like Washington, D.C. was a year and a half ago, with graffiti all over the place, with crime all over the place, with people afraid to be here. You ought to be ashamed of your capital. Some of the most beautiful buildings built in the real time. Like you look at the Supreme Court building and they put graffiti on it. The most beautiful columns I've ever seen. In fact, our columns are going to be nicer at the ballroom. I said, I want the Supreme Court, but better. But you look at those columns, how magnificent, and then you see graffiti on the side of the building. No artistry, just bad people. But the one thing they all have in common, crime, the two things, crime, but they're disgusting. They're filthy dirty. The streets are dirty. They have people lying all over the street doing you know what. They're all the same. And this is what we're going to put in. It's not going to happen in our country.
Doing you know what? No, I don't know. Please explain.
Go ahead, please. Yeah, in the back.
When someone, sir,
go ahead.
When a group,
well, let him go.
Who are you with?
I'm sorry.
He was very rude to you, right? Go ahead. Who are you with?
I'm with Real America's Voice, sir. So when a group such as the Asians lose their temporary protective status, how soon should they be bussed and flown out?
Well, we had a big victory in court on temporary, you know, the protective status. And I largely leave it up to my people. But we've had people here for many years and they were here temporarily. You know, we had people coming in and they've been here for many, many years And they had a tragedy in their country. They had, sometimes it was storms, or it was, it was hurricanes. And they come in and, they're here for 12 years, 14 years, so something's got to be done. Yeah, please?
Have you spoken to Jeanine Pirro about her decision to drop?
No, Jeanine Pirro made a mistake. There was vandalism. I just told you we did, I think, 78. One of the things was the reflecting pool. Hasn't worked since 1922 because it always leaked. It always leaked from 1922. It's the largest, longest pool ever, all that. The concept is beautiful, but it always leaked because of the size, because of maintenance, whatever. But it was built in 1922, and from the day it was built, it leaked. Biden spent $58 million. Barack Hussein Obama spent much more than that. He said, I have an idea. Let's take the water from the Potomac. So they took the water from the Potomac, and it was putrid. It was putrid. It was
putrid. It was putrid. Just like the stench emanating from my diapers right now.
Disaster. Biden was a disaster. I said, I'm going to get that fixed, along with Doug Burgum, Department of Interior, and we worked hard on that. Now, we worked hard on all 70. It's actually, I think, 81 now. You saw the new horses that just opened by the bridge with the gold. That was the way they were.
Wasted $5 million on.
Many years ago. Now they look better than they did many years ago. But these monuments look better.
Why did he unilaterally decided to make them gold, Whose choice was that? When was the vote on that? Who selected that, This is a authoritarian decision that was made by the dictator.
Better than they did when they were originally built. Not just a little fix-up. We made them the way they were.
Yeah, those statues are going to crumble down in a couple days.
Plus, and everyone's so proud. The biggest, one of the bigger jobs was not really the biggest, believe it or not, but one of the...
Somebody's going to get those statues with a box knife. A box cutter. They're going to make a 250-foot slash.
Biggest was the reflecting pool. And we did a great job. We sandblasted the stone outside. It was granite, so it has a long life. We did a great job. We got very expensive material to put on top of the surface that always leaked because it was stone. It was a stone surface. Always leaked. And we put it on, and it was beautiful. Now, we have photographs or tapes, like moving cameras, right? We have them where people are on the side cutting it with a box knife.
He couldn't remember the word video. Yeah, moving pictures. Tapes. Like the P-tape.
It was stone. It was a stone surface. Always leaked. And we put it on, and it was beautiful. Now, we have photographs or tapes, like moving cameras, right? We have them where people...
Photographs or tapes or moving pictures. The talkies. The telegrams. And we've got two cans, and we put a string in between them. And one person goes down to one house, and the other person goes to the other, and then we talk to each other back and forth.
Or on the side, cutting it with a box knife. So now I'm not saying I was 100% thrilled with the contractor, but the contractor was rushing. We wanted to get it open for July 4th, and we got it done. But in addition, there was vandalism. Number one, look at the grass, where the grass was all knocked out with a very, very powerful ingredient that we know very well what it is. I'm not going to say the name because people get ideas.
What was the ingredient, guys? What was the ingredient? You can't say it.
And they put a terrible phrase, I won't say that either, but a terrible phrase on a massive piece of grass that we had just replaced.
Terrible phrase. They put a hate crime towards me on the lawn. It said 8647. And we're going to indict the grass just for saying that, It's unfair of the grass to do that to me. Because I'm the victim here, guys.
Look at the grass, where the grass was all knocked out with a very, very powerful...
We're chopping that grass down, and we're paving over it with concrete. I'm gonna get one of my buddies to do it, and it's gonna be great. And then on top of that, we're gonna put a bunch of gold too. We're gonna line that. We're gonna cover it with gold, and then nobody can ever write that in the grass because it really upset me, and that's a direct personal threat. Those 4 numbers.
Ingredient that we know very well what it is. I'm not going to say the name because people get ideas. And they put a terrible phrase, I won't say that either, but a terrible phrase on a massive piece of grass that we had just replaced. Kill the grass. We had to replace the grass. A lot of grass. In addition, they took knives or cutters and they cut the material. It's material. And they put their hands and they pulled it. It was maintenance things. It was perfect. And then you had
I mean, they treated that grass like I treated Charlie Kirk.
The bubblers, which get rid of the, what forms in the water. And that works great, but they turned it off because of the fight. Because it competed a little bit of noise during the fight. They turned it off. And it grows very rapidly in the water, but that actually works very well. And that's all. So now we're just about set to reopen it. And we had to replace cut areas where they cut it and ripped it. But there's a tape, and Jesse Waters, by the way, did a whole big thing on it. There's a tape that's out there that I posted on Truth, where you have people leaning over the side. The weakest part, because of the flexibility, it moves. It's very complicated. It moves. And the softest part has to be flexible. And that's the stuff you can cut. And these guys knew what they were doing. And they cut all the way along the base. Cut, cut, cut. Now, when Janine looked at it, it was the day after the 4th of July with the largest fireworks display in the world. And the stuff was laying all over the pool, the fireworks, because they used the pool as one of the, and it was all over the pool.
Right, Betty Joe. Crime's down. We've stopped crime. But also, this person magically made a 350-foot cut, and then nobody caught it.
It was the day after, very shortly thereafter. But that was working beautifully, and it was vandalized. And if you look at the tape, now the tape isn't a great tape in the sense that it's a little hard to say who it exactly was, but it was people cutting this very expensive material, waterproofing material. Anyway, it looked beautiful. And then they cut it, and they vandalized. And we weren't necessarily thrilled with the contractor, but they did a job, and they were fixing any problems. But then again,
that's your friend, bro. Don't be talking about your friend that way.
Carried away because the judge was extremely unfriendly to Janine. And frankly, I think she choked. Because the judge was really vicious. Instead of going after the people that did it,
she choked like a dog.
The judge went after her and went after her department, and I guess she choked. I don't know what the hell happened.
Are you reconsidering her role?
I don't know what you don't. You're fake news. Don't ever talk again. You're fake.
Don't ever talk again. Don't even breathe in my vicinity.
It's one of the worst in the business. Fortunately, nobody watches you. But something happened. There was vandalism there, and there was some things from the contractor which we would fix, but it's almost complete. And when it opens, it's incredible. It's really incredible. But remember this: it leaked from 1922. It opened in 1922. They never solved the leak problem because it was stone, and the cracks with the stone. Stone is really not a waterproofing material.
The hands are cracking me up, you guys.
We essentially use a very high-grade swimming pool type material, which was my idea. I was very proud of that idea. And by the way, I didn't know the contractor.
I'm very proud of that idea. It's too bad it was a huge failure.
I didn't know the contractor. But when it was completed, it was perfect. But then somebody went in and cut it, just like they did the grass. Nobody talks about the grass. The grass have helicopter pictures of what they did.
Nobody talks about the grass except for me for the last 10 minutes.
Wasn't it 87, right? You know what they did, right?
You know what they did, right? It scarred me to this day. I can't sleep at night thinking about it.
Do you see what they did? Do you see what they wrote? What did they write?
86-47.
That's right, 86-47. They 86 them, so it's 86-47. They didn't do 45, at least they left 45 out. But they, in massive letters on the grass, 86-47. And
good. I hope they do it again. I hope they do that on the White House lawn next.
Nobody talked about that. Was vandalism too. We had to replace all that grass. It was a tremendous amount of grass because when you hit it with this poison, it's acid. It kills the grass no matter how. You can't even clean it, even if you got there right after. It's very powerful stuff. I know it well. So,
oh my God, you guys, this is too much. Thank y'all for being here.
People did great damage to this thing because they're sick people. Who's representing the man is a man from Crew, a sleazebag who's been suing me for my whole political, hasn't won, he's lost all the time.
For your what? For your whole what? Guys, see, this is why I like to watch these, because he did it again, guys. That was not a word. He was trying to say career. Watch this again.
The grass, no matter how, you can't even clean it, even if you got there right after. It's very powerful stuff. I know it well. So, people did great damage to this thing because they're sick people. Who's representing the man is a man from Crew, a sleazebag who's been suing me for my whole political, hasn't won, he's lost all the time. But Crew, do you know what Crew is?
My whole political...
It's a third-rate operation that's supposed to be a charity.
Say political career, he stumbled off.
People did great damage to this thing because they're sick people. Who's representing the man is a man from Crew, a sleazebag who's been suing me for my whole political, hasn't won, he's lost all the time. But Crew, do you know what Crew is? It's a third-rate
political
operation that's supposed to be a charity, but it's not. They use it for political reasons. So we should be proud of our monuments, and we should be proud of our city. And, you know, that was open before they did the damage. It was open. It never looked more beautiful. It looked like a mirror, and that's what it was supposed to be. It was a very dark.
Looked like a mirror.
Because otherwise you don't see it as a reflecting pool, and it looked beautiful. Well, it'll look just as beautiful. It'll be fixed and open over the next week and a half.
Looked as beautiful as my daughter, who I talked about how much I wanted to date.
Weeks.
Okay.
One more, yeah.
Who are you voting for in Michigan tomorrow?
Well, you have a very interesting group. Who I'm really voting for is Mike Rogers, because I think he's going to be a great senator. But you have a communist versus a socialist. That's the way I look at it. You have a communist versus a socialist. It looks like the communist is leading. We're talking about for the Democrat primary. But for the Republican, you have a very good man, and he should be able to win. Yeah. Okay, one more. Go in the back. Yeah, go ahead.
Who was he talking about there? The Democrat that was communist versus socialist.
Lafayette Park, it's great. Did we do a good job in Lafayette Park? So Lafayette Park is right across from the other side of the street, and I made a donation of $10 million. That was me, personally, and it's unbelievable. It was so dirty and so disgusting, like everything liberal.
It was so dirty and so disgusting. I mean, it was like looking at the mirror when I wake up in the morning.
It's dirty and disgusting. Socialism, liberalism, progressivism. You know, the word progressive is such a nice word. They love using it. But the radical left isn't letting them use that word anymore. But Lafayette Park is a large park. It was known as the gateway to the White House. And it was disgusting. The monument is beautiful. Graffiti all over it. I won't say what was on the sidewalk, but horrible, 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 disgusting stuff. And not only did we fix it, we have military standing there watching it. And if anybody touches it, that was the one mistake with the reflecting pond. They hadn't put up the cameras yet. They had enough up because you see what's happening. But if they would have had them up, we would have had it would have been a lot easier.
It was so disgusting what was on the sidewalk. I won't even say it, but it was almost as disgusting as that time I was on that tape when I was talking about how much I like to essay women, and I was making Billy Bush laugh about it, and we were both yucking it up, and I said that I would just, you know, kiss them without consent and grab them without consent, and, you know, that I was a star, so they let me do it.
And I was disappointed with Jeanine Pirro, really disappointed with Jeanine Pirro. She folded like an umbrella, and people get away with things, and it's a disgrace.
He can't even fold an umbrella. Have you guys seen that one where he just chucks it down because he doesn't know how to close it?
But we're very proud of Lafayette Park. Now we have a big decision to make. Do we take the pavers that are red, you know, the red brick pavers, and do we change them into a granite? It's a gray granite. They're beautiful, but they're not the original. So we're going to have to make that decision. You have a good sense of taste. What would you do? Huh?
Yes, change it.
You would change the red brick into the granite. The granite is much stronger, holds up much better. Different color.
Legacy.
Change it. Okay.
Are you considering firing Pirro, Mr. President?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today's the MLB trade deadline, and there's been talk lately about...
Oh my God. Today's the MLB trade deadline. You have one question to ask the president, and you're asking about Major League Baseball. You should be fired. You are such a joke. That's crazy, dude. Here's a softball for you, sir. Let's see how you knock it out of the park.
Potential lockout next year. I think over salary cap.
Yeah.
The salary cap. Do you support the salary cap in the MLB, and what are your thoughts?
Well, we're going to talk about that in a...
My God, dude. Who gives a shit about if there's going to be a lockout for baseball? Of all... Get the fuck out of here, dude. How did you get a job working in the White House?
Different time. You know, it's a complex situation, but not too complex for me. Yeah, please. In the back.
What did you think of the Nationals trading Luis Garcia to the Yankees?
You just sidestepped it.
Which one?
Luis Garcia from the Washington Nationals to the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Good job Brian Cashman's doing.
Well, Cashman for a long time. Look, he's done a good job. I think Randy Levine is great. He's a great...
Oh my God, dude. Let's just talk about baseball.
executive. And by the way, the NIL or whatever it is very close to getting solved, college sports. And Randy Levine and Nick Saban and a whole group of people have done an unbelievable job. That was a case that should have been appealed by the NCAA. They never appealed it. Whoever ran the NCAA, they never appealed it. The original case was thrown out by a judge that knew nothing about sports or college sports. And that case should have been appealed.
Remember in the beginning when he was like, you could ask questions for these people or for me. And there's been no questions for anyone but him. They've all been standing there for an hour.
They didn't appeal it. They didn't know. I think they forgot something happened. And college sports was, and is, in turmoil right now. Turmoil. And Randy Levine from the Yankees, the president of the Yankees, got together with a lot of people. We had it right here, 60 people that were in that world, including legal people. And from football, it was Nick Saban, who won 6 or 7 championships, fantastic coach and very respected, and many other people very, very respected. And we have a bipartisan deal as of right now, so we'll see what happens. They'll be voting on it soon. I hope they get it. I hope they get it done. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that question. I love you.
Oh my God, he's kissing the reporter's ass. Thank you for the question. Oh my God, that was such a good question. How you kissed my ass. Oh my God.
Question.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Have a good time. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wow, he was kissing the reporter's ass. Number 1 comment. What a freaking joke. Yup. More unqualified people soaking up taxpayers' money. I feel sick. So how is this not DEI? Now we're going to be paying his staff's wives? I don't know what's worse, the criminal delusional old man or the enablers around him that pretend they don't notice. Yep, that is a good one. Shout out to MAGA Not Welcome. Please stop our national emergency and remove this clown. Yup. Disgusting to hear him speak. So unpresidential. You must be the disgusting one. Stick around because you're gonna find out and you're gonna hit the floor when you do. You have no idea who he is, apparently, and you have no idea worldwide what is going on about the military operation we've been under since 2017, and it is blatantly obvious. You tell him, Debbie. Translation: how can we spend more American taxpayers' money and give it to my cronies and the people who lick my boots? Yup. Are their children gonna serve in their new wars? Oh, for goodness sake, he is ridiculous. Invisible accordion playing Daffy Duck. Laughing stock. Here's an idea. If you really want to help our military spouses, stop putting our military in harm's way for no good reason. Yeah. Shout out to Kevin. Great one, Kevin. Oh my God, Hank. Oval Office, not anymore. It's the Offal Office or Awful Orifice now. Oh my God, you guys. That is so funny. Awful Orifice? Losers and waste of money. What a suck fest. I'm gonna throw up. Clown show. The big beautiful swamp. It must be excruciating to be part of the White House press corps. I wonder what the indomitable Helen Thomas would have said about Trump. How can anyone take these fools seriously? Entire admin is such an embarrassment. Can't he stand up? Great one. Great question. Insanity. Delusional megalomania. Yup. Wait. Mitch. Wait for it. He should be falling asleep any second now. 5 minutes of this. Trump's epitaph. Quiet, piggy. Quiet. Memorize every face and name. They're all traitors. Shout out to ZZ. Eggseth seems to have lost his mind, have a lot on his mind here. Streets are full of homeless military from others' oil wars. Yup, that's a good one. Here we go, blaming the judge again. Why is Barron not in the military? Yup. Yes, extreme lying can be classified as a psychological condition, though it is primarily recognized as a symptom of an underlying mental health disorder rather than a standalone medical disease. When lying becomes chronic, uncontrollable, and harmful to daily life, medical professionals refer to it as pathological lying, compulsive lying, or pseudologia fantastica, I believe, if I'm saying that right. That's a good one. Yeah, that's true. Good point. You know, the commission might be a good thing for military family, but it coming out right now at this time has a motive, in that motive called midterms. And that motive, I believe they meant to say. Yep. Yeah, good point. Does it really matter? All these men have multiple divorces. Why are they pretending to give a fuck about families? Yes. That's what I said. So now he's changing his mind from the military being losers and suckers. They make so much money, they should give it back to the people. The best communist president ever. He has played America like a fiddle. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I can't stand to listen to him. Tell me what he says. The president is a profoundly disturbed person. He's a psychopath and a sadist. Loves the military? Does he prefer the losers or the suckers? They terminated the settlement? Who are they? Ghosts. Damn. He's getting eaten up in here, guys. "55 minutes of hate and stupidity. Unbelievable. I'm from abroad, at least." Wow. The whole world is just laughing at us, guys. This dude should grab himself. Wow. What a joke. He is filling the swamp. All family members to cement their kissing the ring. The blonde reporter in the green is a MAGA plant, and everything he says is a lie. Iran is not talking to him. Here we go. McConney Selected News said, surrounding Trump with women cannot erase his crimes against women and girls. Epstein reigns supreme as long as Trump sits in the White House. Has he ever told his wives and children the truth? No. Such people only think of themselves and feel their own greed. A lot of these women have been abused and have never complained as the money was good. What? You had me until that last one. That was a great comment, but I don't know about that last part. I did not see that coming. It took a turn. I was like, what? America has been reduced to the Donald Trump 24-hour reality TV show. How can Americans put up with this lunacy? Where is this video of people cutting the reflecting pool? I'm so sick of seeing his face. Yep, keep it all in your corrupt group, Donnie. All you Republicans keep swallowing Donnie's special sauce. Man. Wow. I don't know what language this is, but it's translated. It says, well, what can I say? Oh, it's Swedish. Well, what can I say? Several million voted for this madman and would vote for him again if they could. Wow. It's from Sweden. I ask myself, why am I putting myself through listening to a madman saying the same old rap every day? Yeah. Every dime the Trump family has put in their bank accounts is gained by fraud and or corruption. It's the power they have for justice. Take it all and put it in food and healthcare for the American people. That's what needs to happen. Yes. Thank you, Stephen. I think that's a good one to end it on for tonight. We're almost at 2 hours too. Appreciate you all. We'll be back at it again soon. I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow yet, but hopefully, maybe, I'm not sure. But either way, we'll get back at it more often. So appreciate you guys. Talk to you all later. Thank you all so much. All right. Thanks, guys.